Hey, what's going on, guys? Keyshawn McNeil here. We're going to talk about movers and shakers. So I have a not an interview, but I came across an article on Black Enterprise, and it's featuring no other than Master P and Baron Davis. If you don't know who Baron Davis is, retired NBA player now, probably one of the, I'm gonna say probably top. I'm gonna give him top 10 guards ever to play the game, in my opinion. So you don't have to agree with me. And then I don't even need to say who Master P is. Hip hop mogul, businessman. I mean, he's done it all. I think he started with a insurance payout that he had gotten from I want to say maybe his grandmother or grandfather who passed away, and he took it and opened up a record store, and he just kind of started grinding from there. So I came across an article on Black Enterprise. Shout out to Black Enterprise. Yes, I still read Black Enterprise. So let me get rid of some of these ads, man. What's going on with these ads, bro? All right. So, and if you haven't heard, man, I don't know where you've been, but it's this is huge. This is huge in so many ways, man. Reebok. They're talking about buying Reebok. They're in negotiations now to buy Reebok. Yes, the shoe company. I didn't even know that Reebok was actually owned, looks like, by Adidas. But apparently, Adidas is reportedly ready to unload Reebok. And a lot of people may say, well, why would they want to buy something that's depreciating, and at least in Adidas' eyes, and just because they're looking to sell it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. That something bad is going on. But nonetheless, Adidas is looking to do some liquidating, and Reebok is on the clock, so it's up for grabs, and Master P and Baron Davis are all over it. You see some of the comments here on Twitter. A lot of people are just excited about the possibility of these two African Americans, people that we can touch and we recognize is not privileged or anything like that. Just kind of came up doing their thing, worked hard, and this is the position that they're in. But what's most important about this play is they're combining forces, man. They're networking together. I talk about this all the time. Your network is your net worth. A lot of people say that, but they have no idea what it really means. And this is a case of that right here, guys. So let me get down to the meat and potatoes. You can go to blackenterprise.com to check out the article. So what they're basically looking to do is, I think they got a price tag on it of maybe $2 billion, and excuse me. And what's happening is apparently Master P and Baron Davis, they already have the financing together. So people have been chatting back and forth. I've been received a few text messages, and they're like, well, how do they have $2 billion? And what you got to understand in this case is that it's not about them having $2 billion in the bank. It's not about that. Do they have $2 billion between them? Probably not. But are they together? Probably worth that. They're probably close to it. You'd be surprised at some of the outside ventures that Baron Davis has. He's doing a lot in the community, but he also has a lot of investments. I'm sorry. People who just follow his basketball career. He made well over $200 million just playing basketball. And we're not talking about his endorsements he had at the time. But Baron Davis is a very smart individual, man. He's since day one, he's made investments. He's in real estate and just different tech companies and things of that nature. But if you remember, there was a show on MTV called The Real World, and I forget what season it was, but every season they live in these nice houses and different places, et cetera, et cetera. But one season they were actually using one of Baron Davis's houses. And a lot of people don't know that, but that was actually Baron Davis' house. It was an episode, I think they were out in California somewhere, but they were using his house, and it was a very nice house. And we're going back over 10 years, maybe 15 years. So at that time, he already had in his mind, he was already investing. He already had things going on, and he was already still playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? So, so don't sleep on Baron Davis. And we'll go down now and talk about, Master P, when we talk about his business acumen. Obviously, you know about No Limit Records. That goes without saying. But he also, jumped into the movie business, and He was kind of one of the first, in my opinion, well, hip hop people. Well, I'm not even going to say hip hop. He was probably one of the first African Americans to really just kind of do it on his own budget. And what I mean by that is he put his own money up for his movies. Going back to I got the hookup. You know what I'm saying? The Ice Cream Man, like he did it with his own money. So he didn't have to have a lot of overhead in terms of paying people back before he made a profit and things of that nature. Master P, very smart businessman. If you ever get a chance to watch any of his interviews, you're going to always find consistently that he's always saying the black dollar, invested in yourself, dreaming big, something we talk about a lot here on the channel, dreaming big. And when you hear no, you go to the next. You keep going. You don't let a no get in the way of chasing your dreams. And Master P is probably he's one of the online mentors that I follow, and I've been watching his moves for probably over 15 years now, and I've learned a lot by watching some of the mistakes he's made, but most importantly, a lot of the wins he's had. Man, it's amazing to see this brother still to this day doing his thing. Just recently put out a movie about a year ago. Him and his son, they put their own money up, and people were kind of like, they're not in a lot of theaters and this, that, and the third, and they went straight to Apple TV with it or Apple Music with it. People are like, well, why did you? Because it's right there. People watch that movie. They made money on that movie. No, you might not hear about them breaking Black Panther records or Star Wars records and all that, but they made bread. Trust me. And they continue to make bread because people continue to download the movie on demand. So Master P, man, goes without saying, man, he's probably one of the greatest, to ever do it in terms of having multiple streams of income. He didn't just stop with music, and he kept that thing pushing. He flipped his money. He makes no secret talking about his days, when he was probably doing some things he shouldn't have been doing, but it was always to get to a better place. You know what I'm saying? To get and put his family in a better situation. I saw an interview that Snoop Dogg he did with I think it was Drink Champs with Noriega, and Snoop. In every interview, Snoop, he always bows down to Master P. He always gives him all the credit. He say this is the man that really showed me what the record business is all about and how to make money in the record business. Talk about Snoop coming out of Louisiana when Snoop was on his label, house, car. You know what I mean? He really showed him how the business works. Snoop talks about how a lot of rappers, especially when he was initially coming up, were just it looked like they had money, but they were broke. They were getting advances. They didn't really have any money. He showed Snoop the business, and a lot of people would think, well, why would you basically train your competition? And Master P looks at it like, if he wins, I win. Because he's going to teach someone else the game. He's going to bring someone else with him, and it's going to help him grow and create more jobs. And it's a snowball effect. And you look at what Snoop's doing, and it's no secret he's doing in the cannabis industry. Obviously, you may disagree, but Snoop is probably one of the top 5 ever. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fact. Look, this man is almost 50 years old. He's still getting it done in music. You know what I mean? But he's branched off, and like I said, into cannabis. And most recently, if you saw the fight, the pay-per-view fight with Logan Paul and what's my man Nate Robinson. Everybody, you watched the fight. It was really the headliner was really Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. But let's be real, people walked away from that pay-per-view event talking about who? Snoop Dogg, because his commentary was just it was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Because he kind of put a real spin on it. You know what I mean? And there's nothing against the boxing commentators that are out here now. They do an excellent job. I think there's some awesome commentators out here. But Snoop kind of gave you a different peek on it, man. He kind of said some things that we were probably saying in our living rooms when we were watching the fight. You know what I'm saying? And it just put a great spin on it. But circling back to this awesome news, man, about Master P and Baron Davis, making a bid to actually acquire Reebok, man. It looks like it's going to be around $2.4 billion. But to get back to the money side of it, just so you kind of have an understanding of how important it is to pool your money and how together, man, we all accomplish more. You know what I mean? You know, do they have $2 billion, $2.4 billion in the bank? No, like I said, probably not. You know, but obviously they're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, both of them. Trust me, they're doing really well. But the fact that these two black men can go into a room, put a play together, and they can seek out investors who are lining up to invest with them. Period. That takes trust. You know, can you say that about yourself? Can you say that if you had an opportunity to acquire something or a nice idea, that if you pitched it to someone, or let's say you pitched it to 10 people, that they're going to be ready to invest with you at this amount move this out of the equation, 100,000. You know, are they willing to put up 10,000 each, stuff like that? But these gentlemen right here, man, they are making moves, and to be honest with you, whether they are able to pull the transaction off or not, I'm not even concerned with that. I wish them the best. I hope they get it done. But just to see these two black men making these types of moves, it's just a testament to show that the pendulum is shifting here, guys. I'm telling you, it's moving to a direction where our dollar matters now. You know, we have people that are at the table making deals. You know, the Jay-Z's. We can talk about the power couple, the Jay-Z's, the Beyonce's. You know, the Pharrells. Like, these guys are taking their money and they're really making an impact. We're not even going to talk about Dr. Dre with Beats. You know, if you pay attention, you see that the smart people and we'll say just hip hop, smart people in hip hop, they figured it out. They figured it out a long time ago. They're like, well, yeah, I'm making money, you know, with the album sales. I make money when I tour, you know, but what else can I do? What else can I get into? Because, you know, you have a period of time where you have what we call your prime earning years. And this is a time period where you're going to earn the most money that you're going to ever earn. Most people, they realize that in their career jobs, you know, their jobs. I talk about this in some of my other videos. So your prime earning years, I'm going to say it's usually anywhere from 40 to 55. And that window is where you're going to probably make the most amount of money in your life from a job employment standpoint. And these gentlemen, man, they've put things in place because they're getting all this, they're getting lump sum money. They got deals here, stuff here going on, you know, and they've created other residual income streams. You know, they created other opportunities for themselves, because as one opportunity dries up, you know, they're not sitting here like, oh man, what am I going to do? They have these other streams still kicking in money. It may not be a lot of money compared to, you know, what they were making, but they have other things going on. And this news that Master P and Baron Davis, man, that they're on track to buy Reebok. I mean, that's huge. That is so huge, and I'm so happy for them brothers, proud of them brothers, man. It's because growing up, you know, watching Baron Davis, you know, and also listening to Master P. You know what I'm saying? It's just cool to see people that look like me, you know, come from a very similar environment than myself, getting it done in spite of that. You know, not making excuses, using that as fuel to get it done. My only request, I don't wear Reeboks anymore, but if they pull this off, I'm gonna definitely buy some Reeboks. Don't change the Reebok Classic. That was my shoe. Keep that Reebok Classic looking the same. Just do that for me, fellas. Do that for me. Don't change the Reebok Classic up. Please leave that alone. You know, Master P, please bring them designers in. You know, you kind of just stay in the back, you know, because, you know, we know Master P pulled that New Orleans out, man. He get kind of creative with them shoes, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna assume if they pull this thing off, guys, watch how they start to trickle into the basketball world again. You know, signing athletes. Watch how this just transpires. Watch how that thing's going to shift. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if Michael Jordan started Nike. Game over. Imagine that. You know, yes, he gets a piece. You know, yes, he has the Jumpman brand, but he don't own Nike. He's not an owner. He has a nice deal, don't get me wrong. You know, Michael Jordan's shoes sell more than anything on Nike. Anything. His shoe. He's releasing the same shoes that he's been wearing since 83. Like, and we crushing them, we buying them. You know what I'm saying? You know, when does Michael Jordan design a new shoe? Think about that. You know, and smart businessman as well. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Master P and Baron Davis, man. I wish you guys all the best. But I just wanted to give you guys a spotlight in our movers and shakers section of the channel, where we spotlight individuals who are out here making it happen. to be a mover and a shaker, it just means you're making moves, and wish them the best, man. But I wanted to hit you guys with that. If you haven't read up on it, please take time out your day to read up on it, because it's an amazing feat. There's a lot of articles floating around all over the internet about it. I chose to look at Black Enterprise. I saw something on Yahoo as well. Just kind of talking briefly about this possible transaction. So with that said, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys are having a positive day. And remember, always run your race.